Once upon a time, in a small, quiet town, lived a young woman named Mira. She worked in a little coffee shop, a place where the aroma of fresh beans mingled with the morning rush. Every day, Mira would greet strangers with a warm smile, serve coffee, and watch as people hurried off to their busy lives. More than anything, Mira loved listening to the stories her customers shared. Some of them spoke English so fluently, their words flowed like a beautiful song. She dreamed of speaking just like that, with that same ease and confidence. But whenever she tried, her tongue felt heavy, her heart would race, and the words just wouldn't come out right. Maybe, she often thought, English just isn't for people like me. One evening, as she was getting ready to close, the little bell on the door chimed. An old traveler, with kind eyes and a gentle smile, walked in. "Hello," he said softly. "Could you make me a cup of coffee? With a little courage in it." Mira couldn't help but laugh. "I'm sorry, sir," she replied. "We don't serve courage here." The man chuckled, a warm and friendly sound. "Oh, but you do," he said. "You just don't know it yet." He reached into his pocket and pulled out a small, shiny silver coin. He placed it on the counter. Engraved on its surface was a single word, "Believe." Thing. Every morning, the traveler explained. "I want you to hold this coin and say, 'I believe I can.' Say it over and over, until your heart starts to listen." Mira thought it was a bit silly, but something about the old man's kindness made her take the coin. She tucked it safely into her pocket. The next morning, as she was grinding coffee beans, she remembered the coin. She held it in her palm, its cool metal a strange comfort. Hesitantly, she whispered, "I believe I can." Her voice trembled, barely audible over the hum of the coffee machine. But she did it. Day after day, she continued this simple ritual. And with each passing day, the words, "I believe I can," grew a little stronger, a little louder. Soon, that small spark of belief began to show. She started greeting customers with a timid but clear, "Good morning." Then, she added, "How's your day?" And eventually, "Would you like sugar with that?" Each small phrase, each simple sentence, felt like a tiny victory. Her confidence, like a slow-brewing coffee, was beginning to find its flavor. Every successful interaction fueled her courage for the next one. The fear didn't vanish overnight, but it was no longer a giant wall. Built, becoming a small hurdle she could step over. Months flew by. Mira's English was getting better, and more importantly, her shyness was melting away. One sunny afternoon, her manager pulled her aside. "Mira," he said with an excited look, "a famous travel vlogger from London is visiting our town today. He'll be stopping by the cafe. I want you to serve him well." Mira's heart instantly started to pound. Her hands began to shake. All her old fears came rushing back. But then, her fingers instinctively found the silver coin in her pocket. She gripped it tightly and whispered to herself, "I believe I can." A short while later, the vlogger walked in, camera in hand. He had a bright, energetic smile. "Hi there," he said, looking around. "This place has a wonderful vibe. Can you tell me what's special in your cafe today?" Taking a deep breath, Mira looked him in the eye and smiled. "Yes, sir. Today, our special is a warm cinnamon coffee, and we also have delicious homemade brownies, fresh from the oven." The vlogger's grin widened. "Wow, that sounds amazing." "Shano," he added, "you speak so beautifully. There's such warmth in your voice. Would you mind being in my video?" Mira blushed a deep red, but a genuine smile spread across her face. "Yes," she said, her voice filled with newfound confidence. "I would love that." That day, Mira's story went global. Her shy but shining face appeared on YouTube, telling the world about her small-town coffee shop. The comments section overflowed with kindness. She's so lovely and genuine. Her accent is beautiful. She speaks with such honesty and heart. Her smile just made my day. The video went viral. The little coffee shop became a famous destination. And Mira's story inspired countless people who were struggling with their own fears. Years later, Mira opened her very own coffee shop. She named it the Cup of Courage. And on every single table, she placed a small bowl filled with silver coins, each one engraved with that powerful word, believe. Whenever a shy student or a nervous traveler would visit, she'd walk over to their table, offer them a warm smile, and say, "You don't need perfect English to connect with people. You just need a brave heart." And then she'd lean in and whisper, "Go on, add a little courage to your coffee today." So, what's the one thing you're afraid to do? Maybe it's time you found your own little coin and started whispering, "I believe I can." Thank you so much for watching and listening to Mira's story. If it inspired you, please give this video a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button for more stories that warm the heart. We'll see you in the next one.